I'm very, very pleased that we have a whole episode tonight that is focused on how to get an internship, what the value of an internship is, how you can make the most of an internship. And we have as our primary and very special guest tonight, Fatou Fall, who is a graduate of Montgomery College, also a graduate of the University of Maryland, and a graduate of the Southern Management Leadership Program. So Fatou, I'm so glad that you're with us tonight. Fatou is going to tell you a little bit about her own experience with internships, and just so you know the value of the internship, she is now has a really, really wonderful job. She's studied accounting and is working for a company called, is it Cohn Resnick? Yes. Helping people with affordable housing. So she's got a really interesting, great job, and I'm not. And part of that, I think, can be part of that is her, part of it's her education, and part of it is from the value that she got from her internships.
It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you for inviting me. I'm looking forward to this discussion and meeting all of you, and welcome to all of you. Today, I'm here to talk about internships and what it will provide for someone who's in college and looking to further their career path. So first of all, my name is Fatou Fall, and I am from Senegal. I am a graduate of Montgomery College, and I'm a graduate of the Southern Management Program, which was formerly known as Hillman Program when I was there. And I also graduated with a bachelor degree in accounting from the Smith School, University of Maryland. Currently, I'm working as a senior assurance associate, working primarily in the affordable housing and non-for-profit industry. I do a lot of work with the schools during the summers, and during busy season, I work with doing hot audits for the affordable housing all around the country. And most of my clients are in Boston, Maryland, and the DMV area. So can you guys see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I cannot start talking about the importance of internship without telling you walking you through the internships I have been through. So beginning of my years in Montgomery College, I did 3 important internships that shaped me and allowed me to go through what I want. Like, this is what I want. This is the career path I want to flow. The first one is actually, it was for a startup company called Kitchology in the food industry. And actually, that startup company was located in the Germantown campus business incubator. And I got that through the Hillman program. So Professor Razavi and Ms. Branco had talked to the owner of that startup, and they needed someone to do some market research for them. So I did some market research about consumer behaviors, social media advertising, and that internship was the first one I had to sit in a professional meeting and present my research with them. So it was they were beginners. I was a beginner in the professional world. So it was a perfect group and combination of people that were looking forward to furthering themselves in their career. And the second internship was with the Maryland Procurement Technical Assistant Program, MDPTAP, as an accounting intern. And there, I actually got that internship through our senior that was in the Hillman program. She was working there, and the manager told her that she needed someone else to because they had a lot of work. So she talked to Ms. Branco, the director of the program in Montgomery, University of Maryland. And she said, I would be the perfect fit for that position. So that's how I started working there. And MDPTAP, they provide support, training, and grants for small businesses, especially women-owned small businesses. So my role there was to read through the business applications, make sure that they meet the requirements. And once they get the grant, I also follow up with them, making sure they are compliant with all the program's requirements. And also another task I had when I was there was to prepare like materials for trainings and the workshops they used to have for all of these small businesses. And then my third internship was, as you can see, I'm going from being a research intern, and as I go, I specialize into accounting and furthermore into like the different department in accounting. Now I'm going to be a tax intern at Bridgewater, which is in Bethesda. And there I was able to prepare tax individual and trust tax return for about 4 to 5 months. And actually I got that one using the campus resources that they had at the Smith School, and this platform called HireSmith. So I just went there, did some browsing, looked for some internship and applied for a few and got this one. So so I specialized going from being a research intern to an accounting intern to a tax intern. So that would just tell you like the benefits the benefits you will get from doing this, going through this the experience. So from here, I'll just talk about internship, why is it important as a college student to have an internship, how we can get those internship, and just go from there. So what is an internship? So an internship is a work integrated learning experience that will enable you to gain firsthand exposure and working in the real world. The great thing about internships is that it teaches young professionals about the specific industries and the companies that they are interested in. Let's say I am an accounting major. Usually we talk like the big fours will come up. I am looking into going into the big four after I graduate. So I'll start looking for internships for like as a tax intern, as just an audit intern, or I just accounting assistant and things like that. So that would put you one foot at the door to start to gaining that experience you need to becoming a full-time tax associate, audit associate, or consultant. So it also would provide you with the skills and knowledge you need through that practice. And also one very important thing, it will give you exposure and will provide you with mentorship. Like you'll be able to be in the same room with people that are making the decisions. So why is it important to intern? We will go through the, here are the 5 reasons that are very important when you're going through the internship. One is the learning experience done through a lot of training, followed up by the practicing, where you will be given some tasks and projects to complete. And through that practice, you will gain experience. And at the same time, you will be exposed to the professional world. And finally, going through the first 4 steps that I mentioned, you will be able to make better career choices for yourself. Learning. Unlike what most people think, when you are an intern, they think that you'll be thrown into the wolves and then you wouldn't be given any proper training or guidance you are needed. No, that's not how it works. You will be given the proper trainings that you need to complete task or project without the added pressure of worrying about certain things like deadlines or client needs that you have to deal with on the daily basis. And from experience, I've seen at my workplace, I've seen some interns that come in, they will undergo intern trainings that could go from 5 days a week or to 2 weeks. After that training, and we do that just to make sure that we are giving you guys the tools you need for your own success in the company. It can also be done through shadowing. usually after the trainings, interns will be paired with employees associate in my work, line of work. They will be shadowing them for a couple of days. If the person they're shadowing have a client meeting, the intern will be sitting in those client meetings. If they have client calls, they will be sitting in those client calls. Team meetings, they will be doing everything that person they're shadowing would be doing. Also, the person they're shadowing, if they have their to-do list, they can give the intern small tasks to complete on that to-do list, so they know what a day-to-day working life will look for that intern and for that person they're shadowing. And that is a way they will be able to observe and learn. Also, another thing is mentorship. Some firm will assign every intern with a mentor. I know my firm does that. So when you come, it doesn't matter if you're full-time hired or you're an intern, they will pair you with a mentor that will follow your progress. You will have regular meetings with them. It can be weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, depending on how long your internship is. You have a talk with them at end of every project, do an assessment. How are things going? Are you learning? Is it what you are looking for? Do you want to experience something different? So we do that through the mentorship. And that's actually one of the programs that they had that really, really helped me. Because if you are a shy person, you wouldn't be able to talk around people. But once you have that one-on-one sitting, it's perfect. Like you'll be able to open more and talk with the person that will be able to really help you shape your next step in your career. Practicing. So for me, here's the most important part. This is when, after you undergo all that, the practice, the trainings, the shadowing and all of that, you'll be given actual tasks and projects to do. This is the time to learn, like to practice what you've learned, make mistakes, take notes, ask questions. And I will repeat that one again, ask questions. Don't just be like, oh, this is hard, I don't think I can do it. No, like the person who's your manager right now, or who you're shadowing, they've been where you've been, in your exact same shoes. They asked questions, gotten feedback, and learned from their mistakes. So that's why I think this is the most perfect step and most important step during your internship. So, and then also when you are given feedback, it's not always that you will get, well done, you did this, like good feedbacks. You might also get negative feedback. I wouldn't call them negative, but just don't let those offend you. Learn from it, and then just try to better yourself, because it's by getting those feedback and by learning from them that you'll be able to put yourself through the next step of that internship. And the next step of that internship, that's what we all hoping, is to get a letter that offer you a full-time position at that company. Also, this is the step that you will identify your strengths or your weaknesses. These are the tasks I've done. What do I like doing more? Like, for example, for me, when I started my job, you will have a manager that will walk you through an entire audit from start to finish. Keep in mind, the audit have different sections. You have to audit cash, you have to audit debt, you have to audit revenue, expenses. So you will like different steps. You will like maybe auditing revenue better than auditing cash. So you just identify, what do I like? What do I work better? Which task did I accomplish faster than the other one? So it will allow you to learn, what do I like? What are my weaknesses? What do I need to improve on, and things like that. So that, again, will make this step the most important step of your internship. Experience. So here, after doing the trainings, doing the practicing, identifying what you like or no, while you were doing all that, like you've gained experience, you've developed some professional and technical skills. If it's audit, you've developed professional judgment that you wouldn't even like think about it. You will start asking questions like, I did that audit. Did they get this right? The numbers they gave me, they have as net income or net loss. is it the right number? So you start developing those skills like professional judgment. You will also be working in teams, so most likely you will have to communicate better with the team member. When you have issues, you have to go back to the manager or your supervisor and you have to communicate with them what your issues is, what you think the solution will be, and how you will help them provide a solution for that issue. Teamwork as well, and also time management, because most of these jobs are very, very time sensitive. A client will need a report, some kind of report or a project, or they will set deadlines. So the way you manage your time will be very crucial. And this is the part you will have to like start learning from now on. Have a do list and prioritize your task. I cannot tell you how important that is. Have a do list and prioritize your do list. That is something that will save you. So another importance of having an internship while you're in college is exposure. So doing this internship, you've done training, you've been talking with a lot of people from different network, different backgrounds, and different levels. They can be ranking from managers to directors, partners, and executives. You will have the opportunity to network with different people, discuss exchange ideas. And this was one of the things that I struggled a lot when I was in college. Networking was a big issue. I'm a little bit shy to just come find a group of people and start talking. So it's just something that you have to do a lot of practice to get over with. And doing an internship will provide the opportunities to like have some networking events to go to, meet a lot of people to talk with. So just don't be shy to put yourself out there. And doing that internship, also being exposed to all of these people, the different industries and the different talks, will allow you to get a feel of what employers are looking into candidates for, like the job you're looking for. And after going through the internship, usually they don't last more than like 4 or 5 months if you're in my industry. It might differ from other industries. But after you do that, it's time now to talk about, like, to evaluate. I did this, I did certain tasks, did I like them? Do I see myself doing this kind of job, this kind of task from 9 to 5 for the next, let's say, 20 to 30 years? Is this the right career path for me? Or maybe if you say it's not, let's say it was an internship in accounting, you're like, no, I don't like it. Let's try something else. You would repeat that step again, look for internships, repeat that step as well, and then just see what you like. Because working with people and onto something 9 to 5 for that extended kind of period, you have to find something that you love doing. And also, as I was talking about earlier about networking, the position I'm in right now, talking to people will just allow you to because you don't know where opportunities will arise from. If I wasn't talking with Professor Zavi or my fellow classmates, I wouldn't know where the opportunities are. So all of my internships, that's how I got it, talking to people and letting them know what I want. So just evaluate, think about what you did during the internship. If it's something that you do, there you go, you pursue full-time opportunities in that career path. So resources, what are the different resources you can use? Campus resources, it's very, very, very important. They are there and it's only for you. It's only for you. They're there to guide you. They will have, I know Montgomery College have a platform because I've used it. My first part-time job as an accounting assistant in Silver Spring, I got it through that platform. So use them. just use them. They are there. They post jobs daily. It could be internship, part-time jobs, full-time, just depending on what you're looking for. Use those campus resources, and also your network, your professors, classmates, advisors. Like I mentioned earlier, if I wasn't talking with my professors, my classmates, I wouldn't know that those opportunities exist, and I wouldn't wouldn't have taken them and done the internship. Another interesting thing is the current job I am at right now. I was at a career fair in University of Maryland. That day, I wasn't there as a student. I was the campus ambassador for Becker, which is the online learning if you want to become a CPA. So I was there at a table as a campus ambassador. I've already applied 2 jobs, and I was waiting to hear from them. And then as I was talking with the Becker representative, she was like, "What are you looking for? Why aren't you walking right now and talking to people?" I'm like, "I'm here just for this job." But I told her, like, most of my classmates are going for the big fours right now, and I don't think I will be able to handle the big four. It will be just too much. So I just want to start small. She was like, "How small?" So I told her my criteria as what I was looking for. I put an emphasis more on the people culture than on the money and things like that. She was like, "I think I'll find the perfect fit for you." And at 3 tables away, there was Conresnick that was there representing Conresnick. She was like, and that hiring manager was the Becker representative's friend. So she introduced her to me. And thank God I had my backpack and I had a resume with me. I always had a resume ready to go with me. That's something also. Always have a couple of resumes with your backpack, because in your backpack, you never know. So I gave it to her, and she told me, "You are very lucky because our application deadline is tonight at 12. So I got home. I'm like, "I'm going to apply." She was like, "Please apply." I got home, I sat there for 2 hours, I applied. I got the job. That's the job I'm working right now, almost 4 years. So if I didn't talk to the Becker representative, telling them what I liked, what I want, what I was looking for, she wouldn't know that I was interested in those kind of opportunities, and she wouldn't introduce me to that person, and I wouldn't have gotten this job. So just to tell you and to put an emphasis on how important it is to use your network. Use your network, talk to your people, because like I said, you never know who has an opportunity or who can know someone who has an opportunity that will be a good fit for you. So, a recap to why it is very important and crucial to have an internship while you are going. Professor Rosavi, I don't know if you guys have any questions coming up. I feel like just don't hesitate to interrupt me or read any questions to me as
Fatou, I'm really glad you mentioned that, because I forgot to mention that when we started. If you do have questions, if you don't mind, go ahead and put them in the chat, and that way I'll kind of keep track of any questions that come up. And then it looks like you're about ready to finish up, and then we'll see if what questions there are.
Okay. So it is very important to have that internship, because it's technically the application of your education, like what you're learning, just putting it through work. For the first time I sat in my audit class, I was like, "What is this? Like, how will this translate of me working on a daily basis?" So same for my tax class. So having that tax internship was very helpful. It would I was like, you will be doing a task and you were like, aha, this is what the professor was saying. So you will have those aha moments, some things will click. And also, if I didn't have that tax internship, I wouldn't know that tax isn't something I really think I will go for, do a 9 to 5 every day. and do busy season hours. Busy season hours are crazy if you're doing audit or tax. So if I didn't do that tax internship, I wouldn't know. And when I was applying for this job that I am at, I would go for tax and I wouldn't know that I didn't like it that much instead of going for audit, which I preferred over tax. So it will give you the insights you need to make a better career goal choice. And also it will help you gain the experience, and you will also get professional feedbacks from the people who trained you, the people you were working with, the people who gave you the tasks to do, and sometimes from clients themselves. So another good point also, it will help you build your resume, and it will help you also increase your marketability. It will put you out there, and these jobs, they're very competitive. You have a lot of people applying. So having these internship will put you a step ahead of your other classmates who haven't weren't so lucky to do an internship. It will also help you build a professional network. Also, have a LinkedIn page. Create a LinkedIn page. I know we have, Professor Wasabi won't let me lie, we have classes just for that. It is so helpful to build that network, have your network. If you don't have a LinkedIn page right now, I'll do it as an assignment by the end of this week. Make one. It will help you a lot. Also, it will help you figure out what you like, what you don't like I said earlier, help you identify your weaknesses, your strengths. These are the tasks I like to do. These are the kind of industries I like to work in. When I first started at this job, I did work with 401k audits. So, and then I've seen that it wouldn't expose you to the full picture. So instead of that, I talked to my manager. I told her, can I switch industries? I really like the non-for-profit industries. And I also like the affordable housing industry, because if you see, they kind of like similar a little bit. So I wanted to see what was going in there. And you have that opportunity to talk with people. It's not like when I start with non-for-profits, I'm stuck in non-for-profit. No, you will have the opportunities to rotate, work with different people, work in different industries, and then just gain experience from there. And from that, you'll be able to choose a better career path, because I've seen people who started with tax, ended up doing audit, started with audit, and then ended up doing tax or just counseling. You just have to experience it in order to make a better choice. And if you don't have that internship, it will be, I wouldn't say you won't be able to do it, but it will be harder for you to do that.
Thank you, Fatou. I think what might make the most sense, I think there are some questions, and I've been jotting them down, and I had a few of my own. Before we get to the questions, though, I think it might be nice to hear from Angela Beamer, who is the director of Montgomery College's Cooperative Education and Internship Program. Some of the questions were about, where can I find internships and things like that. And if you could give us a little idea about that, and then we'll think more, we'll look more broadly, because there are some questions specifically for you as well, Fatou.
Well, thank you for the introduction. I do run the Cooperative Education and Internship Program at the college. There are many other internship programs, but the one that I work with is the only one that has cooperative education in front of it. And the cooperative education means that companies, the school, cooperate to help give the student a good learning experience. It's really the bridge between the classroom and the world of work, doing a co-op or an internship. And at Montgomery College, they mean the same thing. We started as cooperative education, but they really mean the same thing. They encompass internships, learning experiences related to a student's major that are in the field that they're getting ready to study for. So one thing I want to mention before I get to some of the questions that I saw, that Montgomery College has many many internship programs. So if you're interested in doing an internship, and I hope that you are, an internship at Montgomery College could mean a wide variety of things. There are lots of choices. If you go to the main page for Montgomery College, you'll be able to just type in internship and sort of see their departmental internships, college-wide internships. So lots of choices. There is an organization that I like very much that you could visit the website. It's called internships.com. And they had a statement on their website. It's absolutely free. They've got internships locally and all over the country. Internships.com. And there's a saying they have that I think is really important. It's that an internship is the new interview. An internship is the new interview. And that's because once a company meets you, sees your work ethic, sees what your skills are, they would most likely, if a job becomes available on your level, hire you over someone they've never met before, because they know about their organization and they know that you, they know what you can do, and it's really all about contributing to the organization where you're going to be working. So I did see a question that I remember about, can international students participate? Because the co-op program is a course at Montgomery College and students at Montgomery College are coming to learn and then take courses, students who are F1 visa holders can participate in the program because there's something called curricular practical training, and that would allow a student to participate in the co-op program, work off campus, and get paid while they are in the co-op program. It is a course. You register and pay for the course. It costs the same as any other 3-credit course, but instead of sitting in the classroom, most of your time by far is spent working on a job related to your major. Let's see, what other question did I see? It's an excellent way to gain experience. Excellent way to gain experience, because you don't want to graduate or leave college without having any job experience. And not only is it job experience, but it's a job experience that's directly related to your major. So you have something to put on your resume, because that's one of the assignments at the end of the course. Put on your resume to show to the next potential employer.
That's great. There was one other question I thought might be a good one for you, Angela, from your perspective. Someone was asking about when should they apply for an internship?
Good question. Let me start by saying, don't wait until 2 weeks before you want to do an internship to apply and start looking. And I would say it's really good to start at least maybe 3 months before you actually want to do the internship. For co-op and internship program, there are deadlines that are set. But also, if you're interested in any type of federal work, their deadlines are often the semester before, so more than 2 or 3 months before. So don't wait till the last minute. That's the best advice that I could give. Really in advance, even if you think it's too far in advance, it's probably not.
That's great. That's great. And since Angela is making a plug for her program, I'll make a quick plug for the Southern Management Leadership Program, where Fatou had 2 of her internships. Our program also provides internships and will help connect students with internships that are lined up with their interests. And they are paid. Our program makes sure that we don't have any unpaid interns, because I think that is really important. So lots of different ways to kind of get yourself moving in the right direction with this. There was a question that I have, Fatou, for you, based on a comment that you made when you said that you were talking about the networking aspect of an internship. And you said it's a way to learn what employers are looking for, which just really, I thought was really, really important and insightful. Can you share with us a little bit about what you might have learned?
Yes. So what most companies, CPA companies do is after the internship, they will have different networking events. So the first one, it will be a dinner with the top of the company people, the partners. At every table, you will have a partner, you have a director, and you have a manager on the table. They wouldn't tell you who's who, just to see, yes, just to see how you conduct yourself. How will you answer the questions? So, and then you will have someone who just observing you. So it's like another form of interview that they're doing, just to see how you will conduct yourself during those dinners, during those talk. And then there will a different range of topic will come up. You will ask questions. They will see if you will ask questions. Let's say if they just want to like observe you and see if a situation like this came up and you're with clients, how will you handle yourself? Because you will have meetings with clients, they will ask you some questions. It might be some things that you know on the top of your head, or it might be some things that you don't know. Just don't say, I don't know. Say like, I'll like do some research or talk to my manager or talk to my partner and get back to you. So that's one thing that like really marked me during the being in the room with the partners, during the interview process and talking to them, because they are continuously assessing you. Like they're always assessing you, to see if you are the perfect fit for their company. So just be mindful of how you conduct yourself, and just they're always watching you.
That is excellent advice. And because we don't always know, we think we're just going about doing our business, and we don't realize that people are looking at us wondering, is this the right person for us to give an offer to at the end of this internship?
And actually, I'm at a position where I do this, like what was done to me. Now you're like, oh wow, this is how you guys were thinking. So it is mind-blowing. So they will do some research on you. So just also be mindful on your social like presence, like on the social platform. You wouldn't know how like the research that these companies will do on you, just to see if you are the perfect, because they're putting a lot of money on you. They just don't want that money and the resources to go to waste. So before you get on, they will look you through. So
wow. So the new interview is as Angela was saying, the internship is the new interview, and also your social media presence is something you need to be very conscious of as well. Yeah, that's really interesting. So have you had an intern, Fatou, or you said that you're kind of in that other position, or is that something you would like to do?
I've had so far 2 interns and 1 full-time associate that I train that work under me now. The first time I had an intern, it's a little bit hard to adjust, because sometimes you will have different working styles. So that's why like they will pair you with the person you're going to be working with. So you will learn not only the technical skills that you need for the jobs, but then the just working style of that manager or partner, because everyone has a different working style. So you will have to train them. And then once they get used to it, they will develop, they will, and just tell them that you don't want them to do everything the way you do them. Like if they have a better way of doing a task, tell them to bring it to you. Don't let them be afraid to come and talk to you. If they find you're doing like this task a certain way, but they found a better way, they have to bring it to you for you. So it's just a learning process for me and for them.
It sounds like being an intern makes you a better intern mentor.
Exactly.
Because you've been on both sides of the coin. So that is, so interesting. I also just wanted to mention to you all that because it was put in the chat, that our Digital Learning Center at Montgomery College can help you put together your LinkedIn account. We talked about that a few times today, and how important that is, both to find an internship, but also to keep in touch with the people that you're meeting while you are in your internship. So do you stay in touch with people from any of the 3 internships that you had?
I do. And the funny thing is, my manager, when I was doing my tax internship, she now worked with us. We work in the same company now. She's in the tax department. I'm in the audit department. We meet sometimes, or sometimes she has audit questions. She would come to me. I have a tax question. I would go to her, just to show you how small the business world is. She was my tax manager at another company. Now we work together. So.
That's great. Yeah. That's been a lesson that I've learned in the last 15 years too, because, when you put yourself in a place where you're growing and you're learning and you're in your zone and you're in your career, you find that the same people are going to be coming face to face. Another good reason to make sure that you're always on your best professional behavior, because you never know who's going to be your coworker, or your supervisor.
Exactly.
In the next phase of your life. That's great.
Exactly.
Would you, Fatou, there was a question about the CV, which is really your resume. Do you include your internship work in your CV or on your LinkedIn account? Is that now part of your resume?
Yes, they're still there. I have I have a detailed description of the task I did, just to show what I learned, the experience I gained from those internships. And as you go and as you evaluate in your career, your resume will get bigger. So you'll have to choose what you show and what you don't show and things like that. But I felt like it was very important and very helpful for me to have those different internships on my resume while I was searching for a full-time job after I graduated from Smith School. To just keep those, it will be very helpful, because it will detail your different skills, and different jobs are looking for different things. So some positions I got experience using a certain software that certain employers are looking for. Some other internship I got technical skills related to accounting, revenue recognition, things like that. So different internships will bring you different skills that people will be looking for, and it will be a variety of things. So just keep them all there. They're all important.
That's great. That's great. And I know that there is advice for when you're putting your resume or your LinkedIn account together about the language that you use to highlight those skills that are transferable, might be from an internship or from one kind of job to another. Yeah.
Active verbs, use them so it shows you are the one taking action, doing these. So you taught me that.
It's true. I hope everybody else. I think we would all agree that. Yeah. Action verbs are the way to do it, because they show that you are the one doing the action. They're not passive.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And also, I know with LinkedIn, once you start working, you get busy. I was guilty of that. You forget to update it, update your resume or update LinkedIn. So I just try from time to time, when I have a break or when I'm on vacation, just take an hour of my day or 2 hours, just go through it, make sure it's current. My resume is current, my LinkedIn is current. Like I said, you never know where opportunities comes from. So just make sure that you are ready and everything is updated.
Yeah. And for those of you who might have been on our LinkedIn workshop, which was the first episode this season, we were that was the focus. There is a way on LinkedIn to indicate that you are looking for work, which helps put you on the radar for people who are looking to hire. So yeah, that's great. There's a question here, and I think it's an interesting one, about how long an internship would last. Like, is there a limit, or is there an ideal amount of time that you would want to spend as an intern before going on to your next best thing?
I guess it would depend on the kind of work you're doing. For me, in accounting, usually internship won't last more than 4 or 5 months. When I was doing the tax internship, I did it. They needed me. Tax and audit. They will need you during busy season, which is technically between January and April. Some of them will go till May, depending on when the clients deliver. But yeah, it wouldn't last more than 4 or 5 months. That's the busiest time. They will need interns. They will need part-time associates. So that's the best time they will be looking for interns. And right now, my company, they're hiring for interns for next summer. So they are like a year ahead.
That's really interesting. So I don't know if anyone is listening who is
So
an
just
accounting major looking
if you
for their
need
first.
if you need that internship, like don't wait till like Angela said, when you're about to graduate, you gotta start on it. You gotta start on it right
Yeah.
away.
Yeah. And Beth Riley also pointed out that, and I think it's true, it's interesting because you're talking about the length of the internship matching the needs of the industry. Sometimes the internships will are formulated around an academic, more like an academic schedule, and you might have one for a semester.
Yes.
As well. That's very common.
Mine at MDP TAP was like that. It was for the entire semester. I did it the entire semester. After that, it was evaluated, and I looked for another internship.
Yeah, sometimes they're a year long. I've seen internships that are a year long. Sometimes they're over the summer. It's just a matter of finding a good match with what works for your schedule and what people are looking for.
Exactly.
So yeah. Can I intern after my first semester? I think that's a yes. Am I correct?
It is. I actually did it. After your first semester, you can start looking for internships.
Yeah, good. And
I'll give you time for before you complete your degree to do different internships and explore different options.
One of the things I wanted to do, and I'm just putting it in the chat, is urge students to please activate their accounts on the College Central Network job board, because that's how they get my emails about employer information sessions and different opportunities that come up. And there are internships and part-time jobs advertised on the CCN board. And often if an employer puts it up as a part-time job, you can chat with them and they'll turn it into an internship for you.
I did want to let you all know that we do have student employment specialists at each campus that can assist with resume writing and interviewing skills. And I put in the chat one of our information sheets that has all the different services we provide with the names and emails of the people that can help you. So please look through the chat to see the document that you can open that up and save it somewhere in case you need to meet with one of us in the student employment services. I'm at the Rockville campus that work directly with students. Roberta is our employer person and Dr. Beamer is our internship person. We do have Dr. Lucy Vitellini here, who's also one of our student employment specialists. She's also at Rockville with me, but we do have a Germantown and a Tacoma Park person. And my understanding is there may be some people here that are not Montgomery College students. And I would highly recommend looking for your career services or employment services at your campus, because they will have one of me somewhere there. Not exactly me, but somebody that will do what I can do for you. And I do want to just say that Ms. Fall, you had done an amazing job in your presentation tonight.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I totally agree. And I think we will leave it at that. Fatou, thank you so much for joining us. What a beautiful,
Thank you for having me.